Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. So I want to talk with you today about an important topic, and it's keeping your emotions in check. Someone wrote a comment today, and it was basically saying when it comes to topics like money, politics, relationships, religion, people's emotions, right, just take over and they essentially don't act rational anymore. And you may be in all of these categories where you essentially lose control of yourself, or just maybe one or two of these. But what I want to question and challenge you is, can you get better? And I'm going to give you the answer. Yes, you can. You can improve. Guys, I used to be really emotional about all kinds of things, and there's certain hot button issues that make all of us emotional, right? But the key is to control yourself. And I'll give you a simple example, and this would be one that, say relates to money. Emotionally, you can get really excited over something, okay? I was just talking to my wife this today. There's a, because I like cameras, you guys may not know this, but I really do. And there's a camera that's like unavailable anywhere. You can't get it. And I'm not promoting a particular camera. I just want to say there's one that I really like, and you can't get it. And if I really, want to get it, I could actually order on eBay and probably pay like a 40% premium, because what it is that, people go and they buy whatever hot product, they get it early, and then they basically scalp the thing, right? They sell it, overcharge people for people who aren't patient and can't wait. And essentially all I have to do is maybe wait 2 or 3 months, maybe wait 4 months or whatever, and then eventually I'll be able to get it for a regular price of what it should be, and it'll be 40% lower than what it is now. Just from keeping emotional stability, keeping myself in check, thinking with a rational mind, I can essentially save quite a bit of money. This goes for anything. I use the example of camera, but think about how many times that, say you're shopping for a house, right? You're in the market, and you see a house that you really like, and you're like, oh my God, I'll just pay any price for this thing. I'll pay even double if they ask me to, whatever. I have to live in this house. It's the only house in the whole world that I could see me and my family ever in, right? There's some people who get really emotional about that kind of stuff, and you sort of lose track of like, hey, what is a fair value for the property, right? Are there other properties on the market? And I'm just telling you the truth, guys, there always is something else. There always is another deal out there. There's always something to put your money into. You could talk about investments as well. For some people, there's certain hot button issues or hot button sort of industry / topics where they think, oh my God, this is where all the hype is going to be. This is the one thing that's going to make me all the money. This is the thing that's going to secure my future for my family. And you kind of like have already been prepping yourself for that, right? You're a little bit vulnerable, meaning that you're got in your mind that you have to YOLO on something, and you're just looking for that said target, the YOLO. And with the way social media is these days, there's these channels out there that will just feed into that, right? They're looking for that kind of person that wants the YOLO. and then you hear, and they'll provide testimonials for you, like, they'll say, oh, look at all these, paying people that buy my $1 million classes to, go 0 to millionaire. You guys know what I'm talking about. There's people who sell these kind of things and just give me a bunch of money and you're gonna have your dreams. And because your emotions take over, you turn off your rational mind. And what I am suggesting to you and having a chat with you guys about is, like, I battle with this stuff too, controlling my emotions, any number of things. But over time, how I've kind of gotten over this, and I write about this stuff in my book, which you guys, I encourage you to check out. It's called Positive Angle. But I mention that because, like, when people say, hey Chris, like, what's your opinion on said stuff? Like literally, I write about this stuff, and I tell you every day on the channel. And for some people, you learn in different ways on how to improve yourself, right? Some you need a daily reinforcement in a video. Some people you maybe need certain music you have to listen to, or some people you have to read said things. And sort of what I encourage you to do is any kind of positive messaging you can, in any form that you can, repeat these things to yourself all the time, right? Reinforcement in any number of ways eventually will sink in. And for those of you who understand the message I'm talking about today, I think you'll get the importance of it. Again, control your emotions and make your decisions based on rationality. This topic actually comes up today. Unfortunately, I'm sure you guys understand what we're talking about. There's I don't want to mention particular things, but let's say there's a major event in politics that has got a lot of people on edge. And it's funny because for me, because I went to school with these kind of people, and I always mention it because if you have an experience with these kind of people, being, the wealthy elites who essentially control the world, it's just reality. You don't think of these people as human beings, you just think of them as just people on TV, etc. And when you realize that these people are human beings, they have faults, they aren't perfect, right? They're not all seeing, all knowing. It changes your view on everything. And the big thing that I want to stress with you about this kind of stuff, and I'm kind of switching topics a bit though, but it's related, is that don't depend on someone else to make your life better. Don't. And that goes for any political party, any candidate, this kind of thing. You can't depend on these people. It's the reality of it. I know it's maybe hurtful and a shocking thing for me to say that, don't depend on someone else. But I'm just telling you the truth. You got to depend on yourself. And what I'm trying to get at is that social media has a lot of people out there that will make you feel good in the short term, right? Make you feel happy in the short term, but it's not necessarily a good for the long-term success. I'll give you a simple example. So if I say, hey guys, you should go out and you should eat a donut because donuts are awesome. And guys, trust me, I like donuts. I like ice cream, candy bars, all these kind of things. You're gonna feel great in the short term, right? But in the long term, someone who truly cares about you, your health, making your life better, you're way better off, say, eating the apple, right? It's not going to be as exciting as the cookie or the candy. I like candy bars and cookies, right? But the apple's better for you long term. And it's funny because when you talk about these kind of, and this for many people, food's a sensitive topic, or your health is a sensitive topic, right? There's like so many topics out there that is like minefields these days, be it on social media or whatever. And I think about this all the time when I make videos and hang out with you guys, is like, I just want to tell you the truth and help you understand the world and hang out with you about these things. During dinner today, I was telling my wife how frustrating social media can be, or the news in general, I guess you could say, is because you're either dealing with, say, people on TV that are just part of the corporate machine. I'm just being honest with you, it just is. And if you've worked in TV or whatever, and guys, I worked in TV and radio, so I completely understand. Many things are scripted, or many things are basically PR advertisements, masked as news. I completely get that. Plus also too, you have it on just your regular influencer people who are also paid shills, be it their cryptos or your stocks, whatever, and that's a struggle as well. And when you actually have someone who, like myself, who's just independent, I just try to come out and just tell you honest opinions about things. People aren't used to it, they're used to sort of like, oh, well, I have to be in a certain tribe, and my particular tribe believes a certain way, and if you disagree with any part of that tribe, then therefore you are I guess a non-member or whatever. and people get upset because they're not used to a different type of dialogue. I enjoy talking with you guys all the time, every day, and I enjoy the community that we're building, because I really am pushing, for a new way to think about these things, right? I don't subscribe to any particular dogma, I guess the one thing I try to, why am I bringing all this stuff together, is because I just feel like it all boils down to the same, is controlling your emotions. It's funny where I'll see it in comments and things like that, and I have a discussion with you guys. If I bring up, say, a topic of, robots or something like that, some people have some very, rational discussion about that, and I find it, fascinating to hear. And then we go to like a different topic, we'll just say banks. And then suddenly people have this really strange concept of banks. I'm like, what are you talking about? Or crypto, use the example of crypto, right? Some people get really emotional about whatever crypto that we're talking about. And I want to sort of make the challenge to you is, can you be objective and neutral and rational about all facets of your life, not just one or two, right? And when you talk with other people who are also rational about multiple topics, can you better yourself? And guys, every day I'm thankful to have you show up and watch my videos, hang out in the community as we experience the news events every day. I appreciate that. And I'm going to continue to try my best to present everything to you the best of my ability, and do it in a way where it shows you as much as I can possibly show you. That's my goal here. I just thank you for that. And all I ask for you is to challenge yourself every day to be better, to control your emotions, try to be rational, and we'll have discussions. And I've said this so many times, you don't have to agree with me in everything. There's no reason to. But I just hope all we can have is a useful dialogue, and navigate this crazy world, because unfortunately I think this is just filled with so much misinformation and disinformation out there. And if you don't know the difference, so misinformation is basically like getting things, facts wrong, right? Be it on purpose or on purpose. Disinformation would be more like purposely misleading people, right? Purposely getting facts wrong. And the end result's the same though, right? There ends up being just a lot of bad info out there, and I try my best to give you guys good info every day. So I'm gonna go take a rest right now. We have some inflation data coming up. We'll be looking at that, and I'll see you in the next video. So thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you all soon.